Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday.
What voice is that?
Hopefully, you're having a good week, and if not, it's almost the weekend.
You're going to be scaring people.
I'm just trying to relax.
It's like you're trying to narrate a story.
No, so this creature is one of the creatures that...
Who are you?
Oh, I'm the great and powerful mystery.
Oh, and I'm Jay.
If this is your first episode, I'm sorry. Now, we're going to talk about dragonflies.
Dragonflies?
Yeah, kind of a general overview.
Yeah, dragonflies. What's so freaky about dragonflies?
We have identified about 3,000 extinct species of dragonfly.
Okay.
Most are tropical, a few are subtropical. Dragonflies are always around water, and we'll talk about that in a bit why. I don't know if you can guess. Let's see. Let's have a little fun with this one. Can you guess the most interesting fact about dragonflies?
Their eyes.
Ooh, that's a good guess. So let's talk about their eyes. An adult dragonfly's eyes are compound eyes, and each one of them has about 24,000 omnidatia each, which are the little individual cells of the eye.
Okay.
So like a computer eye. They have two pairs of very strong, transparent wings, sometimes with colored patches, elongated bodies. The male dragonfly's reproductive organs are on the end of his tail. The female's reproductive organs are at the base of her head.
Oh.
That's why you see them flying around like that.
Stacked on top of each other. Yeah.
And so they can fly. The female deposits eggs through her tail into the aquatic environments.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a dragonfly nymph?
Nymph, what's that?
The babies, the aquatic ones.
Maybe I just didn't know.
Their babies are demons.
Okay.
They look like the big freaky water bugs. But they have extendable hydraulic jaws. So you know Alien vs. Predator?
Yeah.
The little jaw that comes out? That was based off of dragonflies.
Oh, wow.
They're larvas. So they shoot this jaw out, and some species are big enough to catch fish with them.
No.
Yes.
What kind of fish?
I mean, small fish, but fish.
Okay. That's kind of insane.
Yeah. Like small creek chubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's ones in captivity I've watched eat goldfish.
That's weird. Okay. A larva?
Yes.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, so dragonflies are often mistaken for their close relatives, damselflies. So keep in mind that name.
Damselfly.
Dragons and damsels.
Okay, quite opposites.
Yeah. No, it just tells you about their relationship,
Gotcha. Okay.
which makes up their other Odea family, which is what dragonflies are a part of. They have a very similar body plan, but they're usually very lighter built. Their wings are most dragonflies are flat and away from the body, while most damselflies hold their wings folded at rest. So dragonflies hold their wings like a plane.
Yep, out.
Damselflies point their wings straight up.
Okay.
Dragonflies are agile flyers, while damselflies are weak, fluttery flyers. Damselflies are more like butterflies, and dragonflies are more like attack helicopters.
I think I know. Okay, now do dragonflies not flap their wings? They vibrate them?
That's flapping.
But I've heard so like a bird gets its lift from literally flapping its wings up and down. Mm-hmm. I've heard dragonflies, it's just like a vibrate, and it's that vibration that they create their lift from.
Not really.
Really?
No, they have full range of motion with their wings. They just move incredibly fast.
Right.
Dragonflies are very predatory insects. And their aquatic nymph stages, also known as nymphs, are also extremely predatory. Some of these stages last up to 5 years.
Jeez, okay.
And each molt stage as aquatic juveniles is incredibly different than the last.
Okay.
So I told you about the lady we learned muscle ID from out in Illinois.
Right, yeah.
So her lab specializes in endangered mussels, and one species, and I cannot think of the species of dragonfly off the top of my head, where there's only like 100 of them left, and she had 49 of them.
Wow, okay.
And she had all the aquatic ones. She had a big wetland built in her lab. It was like on a raised table.
For these dragonflies?
Yeah, with all these view windows so she could watch the nymph. Because they had a 10-year nymph cycle.
Wow.
So she was waiting for, like, literally, I think it was the next year after we were there, she was ready for it. Because that's when a bunch of them were going to emerge. And she had to get them to breed.
Wow, okay.
So I've never checked back up on it.
Interesting.
They have a unique and complex mode of reproduction involving indirect semination, delayed fertilization, and sperm competition. Sperm competition.
Okay.
During mating, the male grabs the female at the base of the head. The female curves her abdomen under her body, picks up the sperm from the male's secondary genitalia at the front of the abdomen, forming a heart shape or a wheel position.
Neat.
Yeah. So yeah, dragonflies are already really, really weird.
Yeah.
I'm saving their freakiest fauna thing
Okay.
for later. Fossils of very large dragonflies, sometimes called giraffe flies, are found about 325 million years ago in the Upper Coniferous Rock Formation, otherwise known as the Coniferous Period. Same thing with a guy we've been talking about a lot lately, the Arthropleura.
Arthropleura, yep.
They had a wingspan of 30 inches.
That's pretty big.
They are a direct relative of modern-day dragonflies, but not true dragonflies themselves.
That's pretty big. I'm visualizing it in my head.
Small hawk.
Yeah.
Dragonflies are representative in human culture and artifacts such as pottery, rock painting, structures, and art.
Throughout all of time.
Yeah. They are used in traditional medicines in Japan and China and are caught as a great food source in Indonesia.
Interesting. Okay.
They are a symbol of courage, strength, happiness in Japan and are a sinister creature in European folklore. Their bright colors and agile flight are admired in poetry of Lord Tennyson, the poet of H.E. Bates. Just thought that was a little interesting fact. You want to know where their name comes from?
Dragon that flies.
Unequal wing.
Oh, okay.
So like unequal flight, basically. Yeah, and we've already talked about their evolution, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Their aquatic stage. So dragonflies are known for being extremely good hunters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you, they place on the world scale of having some of the best catch rate of any predator.
Okay.
I want you to guess at either their catch rate, so like a percentile.
I'm good with percents.
Yeah, you are. A percentile, and then where they rank in the world.
Well, now that they're on this list,
They're on the world, like they're ranked pretty high.
I'm gonna say like 97% catch rate.
Ooh.
And they're number 2 on the list.
Ooh. You're so close on both.
Okay, what's the actual numbers?
These guys are number 1 in the world
Okay.
for percent catch rate.
And what's the percent? 99?
96.
96. Oh, okay. I was pretty dang close.
As I'm saying, you were one off on both.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that.
And there's some argument about their number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So number 2 could be acceptable too. There's a seahorse that has argued between 95 and 97% catch rate, just like the dragonfly. And seahorses eating really tiny things that can't swim. That's what their whole jaws descend to, so they don't have to move and they can keep eating.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dragonflies have a little bit more effort put in.
Right, yeah. They're kind of flying through the air.
They're extremely fast. Their whole evolutionary design is so other insects can't see them coming.
Gotcha. Okay.
The way they move and everything like that jittery movement.
Yeah, they're
is so
crazy.
You can't predict which way they're going.
They always land.
They are the only animal on the planet, besides, I think, hummingbirds and dragonflies. They can fly up, down, stationary, backwards, and forwards.
That's what I'm telling you. I think you need to look in this a bit further, the structure of their wings. I always thought, I read this somewhere, that they have like these little pyramid-shaped like cones underneath their wings. I'm telling you, they don't like flap. They vibrate.
So I watched videos before this episode about their flapping motion.
Yeah.
Like I seen it.
Isn't it very short? Like it's very small range of motion, or is it a full-on?
It's up, down.
But is it like...
So the 2 wing pairs are what propel them and allow them to hover. No, they have a really big wing motion. They don't just sit there and vibrate.
Okay.
Maybe stationary they do.
Maybe I'm thinking of beetles or something. There's a certain beetle. Something has this.
That's not dragonflies.
I just don't know where it is. Some insect.
Anyways, so these guys, if they go after a prey item, they almost always catch it.
Yeah. I mean, 97.6% is pretty dang good.
Yeah, so there's like one every once in a while and I think a lot of those, I remember watching that a couple weeks ago, where a lot of those ones where they don't catch, it's because they seen a bird and they backed off themselves.
Okay.
So the prey item didn't really escape. Just
They let it go.
Their predator came up.
Yeah. You can't hit every time. I mean, you got to give some a miss.
They almost have no blind spots.
Right.
They have these giant eyes. Like I said, each eye has about 24,000 individual eyes. And they almost have 360-degree up and down vision.
Yeah. Okay.
So these guys are like a fight helicopters.
And they always land on the end of your fishing pole.
Or, yeah, it's on the end of reeds and all kinds of stuff.
It's like anytime I'm fishing, those little blue dragonflies come buzzing around, land on your fishing pole, check you out.
So I think those may be club-tailed dragonflies. There's only a couple species I know. It's really common ones.
Yeah. Literally every time. I can't go fishing on a boat without that happening. It's kind of a funny occurrence, I guess.
But yeah, so the dragonflies are one of the most adept predators on the planet. And there's, like I said, there's a little bit of argument with that seahorse species.
Right.
People normally rank the dragonfly number one because there's a lot more effort put in.
Oh, I could see that 100%. Let's just say they're the number one land and air predator. How about that? With catch rate.
I don't know, because you got to keep in mind their whole first 5 years of their life is an aquatic stage.
Wow.
Where they're extremely adept hunters. They can count
True.
all of that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind then. Land, sea, and air.
Yeah.
They got to be number one then.
Seahorses,
Just sea.
And because they're eating stuff like brine shrimp that are
yeah.
moving at about a mile in a century.
Right, yeah.
If they were able to live 100 years and continuously swim straight, they may hit a mile.
Did I ever tell you my giant dragonfly story?
Yes,
I saw?
but go ahead. We looked it up, remember?
That's right, we did look it up. We were up in Canada.
They're super rare. I can't remember the species. Continue.
And there's a photo, or the disposable cameras. There's a photo of this that exists somewhere in our photo albums, buried somewhere in my mom and dad's house. Because I remember we took a photo of it because it was me and my two brothers, we thought it was fake. And we're like, cool. Like right when we pulled up to our cabin up in Canada, the cabin we would rent, we'd go there every summer. Very remote. It's McGregor Bay in Canada. So we go up there and we pulled up on the dock. We're unloading our luggage, and right on the edge of the dock, on the piece of wood there sat this dragonfly. What just wasn't moving. It was just sitting there. And we got down, looked at it real close, like, oh, cool, that's cool. Because we thought it was real at first, and we got close and looked. Oh, this is fake. It's just someone stuck this there. Maybe it was a toy or something. And it's probably about, I'm trying to go by my recollection, which it might have been smaller than I remember, but
it was, because we talked about this.
I'm telling you, that's from wingspan to wingspan. This thing was 4 to 5 inches across, and 4 to 5 inches long. This was a big.
You did better this time than last time.
Its eyeballs were the size of marbles. They were this big, 2 of them sitting on its head, and we're just looking at this thing. Really, I'm right in its face, looking at it, and I'm like, oh, this it just looked so awesome. So finally, my brother reached down with his finger and touched one of its eyeballs, and it fluttered off and flew away. And then we're like, oh my gosh, it was real the whole time. It was nuts.
So it's called a Canadian darner.
Okay.
They can have a wingspan of 4 to 4.5 inches wide.
It's bigger than that.
You just said 4 to 5 inches.
5 inches. It's definitely 5 inches.
That's world record size.
We saw it.
But they are one of the fastest flying organisms on the planet per body size.
It took off. Gone. Scared the crap out of us.
And they have an 8-year aquatic cycle.
I even remember this detail. 8-year? Mm-hmm. Oh, dang. I can remember hearing its wings flutter away. You know what I mean? That's how big it was. Yeah. It was bigger, though. It was big.
That one's 5 inches across.
Really?
Yeah.
It was.
I think your kid brain is kind of inflating your memory.
Because I was smaller. I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old.
A 4-inch dragonfly is...
It was a giant.
Massive.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yep.
Good times. If I ever find that photo... Because we have it. It's somewhere.
If you find that photo, I bet you one of two things will happen. It'll be 4 inches and be really a big dragonfly. Or it's going to be 3 inches.
Yeah, tiny.
And be oh, okay. It's because you were 2 foot tall.
Right.
And you've seen the dragonfly the size of a chickadee.
We'll see. I'm gonna investigate. That'll be my goal this summer.
Sure.
Is to dig out that photo.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
If it's real, we'll post it on the Facebook page.
I will find it.
All right, well, that's pretty much go into your weekend, have fun. What I'm going to say, it's starting to get warmer out. my little helpful thing I try to do at the end of these episodes is try to get some sun. Try to get outside, get a little bit of sun, shake off some of that winter funk.
Yeah, breathe some fresh air into your body.
I'm outside pretty much all winter, ice fish and stuff like that, but it's still not the same.
Right.
Because you're all covered up and stuff like that, so you don't really get that vitamin D.
Get some sun on your skin, get your toes in the grass.
Vitamin D is directly related to mental health and mood.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And even immune system deficiency.
So get outside, enjoy, take the dog for a walk, look at some flowers, find some dandelions, feed a tortoise.
There you go.
All right, I've been the Great and Powerful Mystery.
And I've been Jay.
Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.